11:11.
Conversations with Jen and Mao. I think we have to find our camera here.
Let's see. Today is Wisdom Wednesday, and I am so excited to come on. We have been in a training for the last couple of days, and we just are so bring all this knowledge that we are acquiring and to share it with you, and
because
just
we've
amazing
become
tools.
Students of life.
Well, yeah, knowledge brokers, right?
Knowledge brokers.
And I feel that yes. So let's start.
So
are we?
Lean a little bit
There's
this
4
way, and
cameras.
I'll lean that way, and then we all find our cameras.
Okay,
right?
I think we're all here. All right.
But look, this is covering me.
I was like wondering what that was.
What this is?
I'm like, that's a new
light
look
here.
All right, Allie, good afternoon. Thank you, Allie, for posting the announcement that we were going to be on at 1:11. And I know that some people in Europe probably already went to sleep. And who knows, people here, but I'm excited. We're going to be giving you the golden nuggets that we've acquired in the last couple of days, some of them. And again, how are you? Today is Wisdom Wednesday.
Yes, wisdom.
Yes, and it's so amazing. I got super inspired to put this shirt on. I got this shirt.
Live your best story.
I got this shirt in Denver. Remember when we went to visit my brother a few years ago? And it's all about the story that we tell ourselves, and what story are you living? Right now we paused the training so that we can come on and serve you, because we are so committed to serving our community and in our 11:11 familia. And so we just finished doing this amazing exercise of writing your story. Like, really write
your
the
mess
stories.
Is your story.
Like, your story is your mess, right? And your mess is your story.
Yeah.
But your mess is your message. So you get to really empower yourself through your story, or you get to punish yourself through your story, or suffer through life because of the story you're telling yourself. So we'll get back to that. Right? Yeah, definitely. We'll get back to that. Okay. Let's just take a deep breath. Let's jump into our magical elevator, going up to the magical 11th floor of the universe, and where we get to create, where we get to empower each other and support one another and elevate one another to create the life of our dreams. Yes, yes, and yes. Let's go. I love it. So we got Pamela Rowan in the house. You love the bangs. Yay. Thank you. Thank you. I decided to start the year with a new look. Let me go get your
glasses, because I realize you don't have glasses.
Oh, yes, please. Thank you. And I've been wanting to do it. And Mauricio loves my long hair and all of that. And I was like, babe, but I gotta get a new look, a new marketing. It's called a marketing strategy. It's my story I'm telling myself, right? With bangs, I'm gonna book more. So that is it. And buenos dias, mami, ¿cómo estás? And we've got Glenn D. Webster in the house. Nice to see you, Mr. Londonshire. Thank you. Thank you. Happy New Year. And we've got Clara Gallego in the house, and Eddie Pratt. And we've got, let's see, who else? I can't see. Mario Rocha in the house.
Mario.
Yes. And we've got, thank you, Kinsey. Thank you. We've got Anne in the house. She loves my hair. Thank you. I love it. It's funny because last time I cut my hair, nobody noticed. And I got home and he goes, "You cut your hair?" And I'm like, "Yeah, kind of." It's just a little trim.
Well, you got bangs.
Now I have bangs. It's very, very obvious.
There's a change.
Yes. So It's all about change. It's all about transforming and
unity, strength, and change.
That's right.
Yeah, baby.
And elevating, right? Like, so we're elevating ourselves and each other so that we can upgrade our stories. So one of the things that Dean has been saying, it's like the same story that got you out of Egypt is not going to take you to the promised land, right? So for me, it's like the same story that got me out of Miami is not the same story that's going to get me to my next level that I want in my life. So it's really, it's such an aha moment, and it's so inspiring, right? And yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm pushing her in.
Why?
Because I'm leaning in. You got to lean in. So Facebook.
Okay. So did I just see Christina Hong in the house? Oh, Christina, beautiful. How are you?
¿Cómo
We've
estás?
missed you too. Big hugs to you and Christian and Bella, Isabella, beautiful Isabella. And now, yes, I understand the daily Zoom distance learning for first grade. I totally understand.
We get it.
Yes.
So
that's why one of the reasons why we're only going to be doing the show Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And on Tuesdays, I don't know if you all saw the video that we put up for Tuesdays and Thursdays, because we have projects going on. And also one of them, the most important project, is our daughter. And for her to really have more access to us and us be there when she needs us for school, because third grade is not easy. And it's definitely not easy in distance learning. So, all righty. So let's get to it.
The cards.
Let's do the cards.
If you have a t-shirt, if you have something that has got something inspiring, let us know. We love wearing these kind of shirts. They're, I just.
Oh, well, yeah, we definitely started our celebrate. Okay, let's start.
Ready. And here we go. And visualization.
Oh, that's an awesome
Visualize.
one. I got a big distinction yesterday. What is the difference between praying and
visualization?
Praying and meditating. What's the difference between praying and meditating? Put it on the comment box so that you guys can also, I'd love to hear what you think. And then we will get our angel card. Here, I'll pick that one.
All right. And
yes.
You're like playing the guitar.
Healing.
Woo!
Healing.
I love that one.
Healing.
It felt like that's what we were doing this morning as we were writing our story.
Absolutely. It is. The healing never stops because we're constantly growing and changing, and life is constantly happening, right? And so a lot of times it feels like it's happening to us, but actually life is happening for us. So when things happen, when a challenge happens, when adversity happens, like, what story are you creating? What is the story that you are creating according to the thing that happened, right? What story did we create about COVID? What story have we created in our lives? Like, what? Everything has a story attached to it. And a lot of times it's not even our story. It's stuff that we picked up from our parents, from our teachers, from our friends, from everyone. So
and also
it's
in your
really
story,
important to be present to that.
And be present to your story, because that's where the healing happens. At least I know today, writing my story, I started realizing so many different things that I hadn't put together as, oh my God, this was my self-sabotaging. This was the story that I bought into for so many years that made it impossible for me to jump that to the next step, my next hurdle in life. Exactly. I bought into the story, my self-sabotaging story, that it was there for many years.
Yeah.
And the healing that has come through us just in the last, 2-3 years that we've taken all this the learning and
self-development work, the inner work. And I mean, I've always done self-development. That's where Christina and I met over 11 years. It'll be 11 years this year since we did team and we did Landmark together. But there's always a next level, and there's always you got to go deeper, and as life happens, there's new challenges, and there's new hurts, and there's new things that make us grow if we choose them as a lesson. But if we choose them as us being a victim, like, oh, woe is me, that's where the suffering, we get into that suffering loop and into that victim mentality, Well,
that's what I love about self-development, right? And the thing that I think I've really, the aha moment is it's a life journey. It's a life. That's why I call it a student of life.
Yep.
Because I've realized, because we've done immersions, we've done different things, but it really didn't sink in that it's a continuous thing. It's a self-development thing all the time. You got to keep ahead of it before it gets to you.
Of course. And again, I love this analogy. It's like, you must continue working out if you want to stay in shape. You can't go to the gym one time and expect to stay in shape for the rest of your life, right? Continue to eat healthy so that you continue to feel strong and stay healthy. You can't just, and so the self-development, the training for artists, if you're an actor, if you're a musician, we must continue training. We must continue practicing. Otherwise we lose it. If you don't use it, you lose it. That's
right.
it.
And self-development is on the mindset, on your body. Are you working it out? Are you what are you eating?
Yeah,
all of it. It's a life. It's
all
a
connected.
Life, and it's a life decision. It's a life.
Yeah,
it's
a choice that you got to make if you choose every day, every moment, every hour. And we're gonna share about the villain in us and the hero in us, and the two wolves, right? Like which wolf are we feeding? And really, are we feeding the villain in us, or are we feeding the hero in us? And that's a daily practice. Okay, so I love the comments coming in about what is the difference between praying and visualization and meditating. So let's see. Mario says praying has more to do with specific intent versus meditation, where we allow the universe to provide. Got it. I love that answer. We've got, I think praying is connecting to a higher power, and spiritual meditation is connecting with the spirit world. Love it. I think pushing forward and not being ashamed of my stories has been a big recent step for me. Love that. Yes. Giving up shame and blame and all of that. And that's been a big, huge breakthrough for me too. And the shame that comes, that has stopped me, that has made me hide in my lifetime because of where I come from. And so it's definitely a huge win to be able to let go of that shame. And it's so freeing to do that. Instead of shame, I feel good. Yes. And guess what? That shame, it was a way of your ego and your mind protecting you, right? And now we get to use that mess, that thing, that shameful thing. We get to use that and as our message to be of service in the world if we choose, and to really help other people that are going through that, or that have that same shame for whatever it is they went through. And we totally can transform it.
Right. Like my shame was my story, is my story, which is my dealing with anxiety for years.
Exactly. And so Ali says, depends how you pray and meditate. Prayer usually is an active focus on what you want, and meditation is more a time to be quiet and self-reflect. I do both. Remind them to join the YouTube page. Yes. So definitely. Thank you, Ali.
Thank you, Ali.
Our technical producer here. please, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, and if you like what you're hearing, definitely share the page right now. Just share what you're watching, and also go to YouTube and go to our channel, which is True Form Films. Yay!
I will share just a little bit. You have both pages here to read.
And so we're going to read, right?
So for me, meditation is more about visualizing the future that I see, more about talking to me, about where I see me. So taking the time to really be in line with me, talking to me. For me, praying is more putting it up on the higher source, the higher power, the God, talking to them as opposed to me.
Got it.
That's how I
love it.
see it for me.
So yesterday I heard, and I really and I resonate with all of it, because again, it's all perspective, and everyone has a unique experience. Praying is more connected to your faith, where you were born, what faith you were born into, whether you're Catholic, Christian, Buddhist. So the prayers that we learned as a child, right? So it is more of a religious experience. When you pray, there's certain prayers that you do. When it's meditation, then I connect myself with the higher power of the oneness in all, where it doesn't have the labels of a prayer like Our Father or a prayer like chanting or any of that, right? But it's just the energy that we are all one, when we do in the meditation, and we have the chakras, and it's all that visualization of connecting to the oneness that we all are, right? The universe, and then visualizing your ideal life, visualizing how you want to live your life, and you create your awesome life. That's my take on it. So, but I love it. I love the interaction, and keep the comments coming. So it's healing and visualizing, right? A situation that has caused you concern is on the mend. You are a natural healer, and your healing thoughts have manifested into form. Sometimes a situation cannot heal until you release the challenge completely, so that healing light can enter it. Your worries will soon be over, because this card signifies that a healing has occurred. To realize this healing, however, you must first stop focusing on what is wrong, and instead affirm everything is in divine and perfect order right now. Everything is in divine and perfect order right now. So not resisting, right? Not resisting that pain, not resisting the challenge, because when we resist, it hurts.
Persists.
Right. So if we resist it, then we're not accepting it, we're rejecting it, and we're judging it as bad, as I don't want this. And if you don't want this, then you are focusing on what you don't want. And guess what? It's persist. It's just there. And it took me a long time to understand that. It really did.
Me too.
To like at a core, like in my gut,
I know two people that Dean Graciosi brought on to camera were 22. And he says it, man, I wish I was so ahead at 22. I wish I was where I am now at 22.
Well, yeah, that's what my mom has always said to me. So everything is in divine and perfect order right now. So it's also when Tony Robbins says, tell yourself, life is happening for me, not to me. Life is happening for me, not to me. When a challenge is happening in your life, you say, this is happening for me, not to me. And what is good about this? Yeah. What is good about this? What is positive? What is my lesson?
I learn from this?
What is my lesson here? What I'm growing, right? I'm growing. You have natural healing abilities, and this card asks you to have faith that God works through you as an earth healing angel. Hold thoughts of love around any situation that seems to need healing. Visualize the situation as healed right now. Then give thanks to God for this healing and completely release everything to the angels. The powerful effects of your healing work touch many lives. The powerful effect of your healing work touches many lives. I love it. Hello, Mr. Coach Cosmo in the
¿Qué
house.
pasó? Rambo is getting some sun.
He's having a nap right now.
I will send you the picture that
He's
we took.
taking a nap. Hello, Bob in the house. Dennis Anderson and Victor Contreras.
And here, Christina says, I've been attending Dean's Graciosi's Accelerated Success Formula training the past 2 days too. Love all the golden nuggets, the distinction, especially the visualization and standing in the future.
Yes.
We got this. Absolutely. Love you both. Thank you both for all that you do with your continuous commitment to making a difference for our 11 global community. Simply amazing. We appreciate, we love you, Christina. Yes, yes. Treasure and grateful for our friendship and stand on each other's greatness since December 29.
2009, mama.
Here to the next level journey for all of you.
Yes. Take it one day at a time.
Carpe diem. I say that all the time.
That's right.
Till our daughter sees the day, baby.
I love it. I love it. So visualization. Let's continue on visualization.
Ana Gallego in the house.
Yes. Your clairvoyance, your dreams, and the pictures in your mind's eye are becoming more clear and powerful. This card asks you to trust and to develop your visual skills and to use them in conscious manifestation. The fairies know the power of conscious visualization as a tool of manifestation. By drawing this card, you are guided to sit quietly on a daily basis and to visualize yourself living a happy, healthy, abundant, and meaningful life. Visualize only what you desire and avoid picturing that which you do not desire. You have powerful visual skills, even if you're unaware of them. Affirm daily, I am a highly visual person. Affirm it. I am a highly visual person. Any blocks that you have about clairvoyance will begin to lift. Know that it is safe for you to see the future, the spirit world, and the truth about your life. It is safe for you to see the future, the spirit world, and the truth about your life. By releasing any fears about seeing, your visualization powers will be greatly magnified. Here's the affirmation. It is safe for me to see. I am a very visual person. It is safe for me to see. I'm a very visual person. So we get to visualize every day what we want our lives to be. And if our life is really awesome, right at that moment, it's you're focusing on your blessings and on your gratitude.
Amen.
And on the things that the awesome things that you do have, because guess what? We've always had amazing things in our life. Every single one of us, and any given moment, there's been an awesome life with challenges. That's just the human experience. So what do we get to do? We get the choice of focusing on what? On magnifying the good or magnifying the not so great, right? So it's about visualizing your life, yourself, and feeling, having those emotions and having that enthusiasm, even in the face of the challenges and all of the stuff that stresses you out, you know?
And the biggest aha moment for me last year was on what Jen is saying, is that sometimes you go into, because it's not about positive thinking, right? Tony talks about that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's sometimes you're telling yourself certain things, and your mind, your voices are like, bullshit. You got to learn how to turn around and you say to your voices, bullshit.
Right.
Right. Because you become the voice.
BS on that. Mm-hmm.
You decide what's best for you. You create your own voice, right? Because what happens is all the voices that come with us control our day. And if we learn to be aware of those voices, then you take control of the voices and you start coaching them.
Right.
Right.
So then basically today we were talking about the villain, right, in us, and the hero in us. And they each have a voice, right? And they all come with, they both come with stories that we've attached to them, right? So it's really great. We're gonna share this, and then we're gonna continue on to the training so we can bring more to you on Friday.
Some more good goodies.
Yes. So this is something that we're inviting you to do. I have so much to be grateful for, and I'm visualizing my move to the UK. All right, I see you there.
Love it.
Get 2 pictures of yourself. One picture is when, in a moment in your life that you have not been your best, you weren't feeling your best self, you were sad, depressed, whatever it was, where it's that villain, that all those voices were really, really affecting your life, and you were not being your authentic self. You were allowing all those voices to bring you down. And somebody actually took a picture of you, and you see it. So a picture that you see and you're like, oh God, I remember that time. Yuck, right? And then get a picture of you when you where you're feeling the best, where you were feeling on top of the world, and you looked your best, you felt your best, and you were super confident, and just reflected that light, that bright light that you are. And get these 2 pictures, print them out, or you can make a little collage on the phone, because there's an app where you can actually put the, one next to each other. And the one where you're not really happy, that's because of all the thoughts and everything you were going through in your life, that's the villain. And the other one is the hero. And so when you put them next to each other, you see the difference. And then write down, this is an exercise that you write down what were the stories and what was happening during that time. And what were you telling yourself, right? Like what names were you calling yourself? What emotions were you feeling, right? And then in the hero picture, do the same thing. Write down the stories that you were telling yourself, what was happening in your life, how did you feel emotionally, and really have that like a vision board. This is kind of like a even deeper vision board, because at any given moment, that villain comes and just self-sabotages the hero, right? And then there's that inner conflict of the hero and the villain. So who are you going to let win, right? And so when you see it, and it's there for you to see and like go back to it, you can pattern interrupt and go, oh, I'm in the villain right now. The villain is winning right now. Oh, hell no. You then make sure that you go to your hero. It's like the 2 wolves, right? Which one are you? That story of the 2 wolves, they're always in our mind, right? The wolf of fear, the wolf of love. Which one are you feeding? And it's pretty much the same concept for us these are amazing tools for us to live our daily life on purpose, be really present, and recognize when we're in that funk, when we're in that trance, when we are being captured by the villain, when the villain is like doing its thing. You're not good enough. You're not pretty enough. You're blah, blah, blah. You're not smart enough. Right. And then when you're in your hero, you're like, I got this. I'm smart enough. I deserve this. I'm confident. I love myself. Everything is working for me. Life is for me, not against me. People love me. So it's really, really amazing to break it down and see it on paper. And then actually we got some pictures and we're like, oh my God, yeah. Like you really see the difference. And you see when it's a good picture, sure, we're on set, but we knew, right? We each got a picture of ourselves on set. with a smile, but you could see in our eyes there wasn't the light, the bright, the happy, because we were both going through something really traumatic and something very hurt. It was dark inside. So understanding where we've been and understanding where we want to go will help us close the gap.
So I just want to add on to this,
Yes.
the importance of getting a mentor. Dean Graziosi, Tony Robbins, even though we don't know them personally, we've attached ourselves to them as our mentors because their story, if you listen to their story, you all of a sudden can relate to how they got and why they got where they got, because their story became their message.
Mm-hmm.
So for us, we take all these immersions because that's what we're striving for. And yet they always say, we're not perfect.
And it never goes away.
And it never goes away. It's how you decide to get the GPS, because they talk a lot about,
Mm-hmm.
Dean always talks about GPS.
Mm-hmm.
You get from where you are to where you want to go. And there's directions.
Mm-hmm.
So they've become our GPS.
Well, the roadmap.
The
right?
roadmap
and
to how we want to continue living our lives, which is why we talk so much about Dean and we talk so much about Tony, Bob Proctor.
And Knowledge Brokers is where we need to give, and I love to give credit where credit is due, because this is stuff that is helping us and is definitely allowing us as a couple to grow together, right? And to find a happy medium where, again, I met him and he was an agnostic. I can't even say the word agnostic.
I was a flip-flapper.
He believed in nothing, and I believe in everything. And I'm like, oh my God, but he's so hot. So, okay, I guess I can hang with him because he's got a good heart, because he's Colombian, because he knows how to dance salsa and he speaks Spanish, but he's agnostic. What the hell is that? What do you mean? So now for me personally, it's a huge win, and I'm so happy that I had the patience, the dream come true, that he will come around, he will grow in his spiritual life, and he will find something that he can resonate with and believe in, and we'll have that part of our lives connect on a deeper level.
Again, for people who say they're agnostic, I'm speaking from my experience, it's all fear.
Right.
The not knowing is like,
right.
If there was a God, why is this happening? So you look for all the excuses, and the understanding that we need spirituality to feed our soul, because if we're feeding it doubt, continuous doubt every day,
right?
That's
all you're feeding. You're feeding the wrong wolf.
The wrong wolf. It's all just
you're
negative and negative, because what you're seeing in life through your glasses is all negative.
Exactly.
So there cannot be any God, because what I see, like right now, everybody is talking about what's happening at the Capitol, because the Trump people protesters are going through, and I see it as a gift. Why? How do I see it as a gift? Because change is difficult.
Change is happening.
And it's happening. And people are holding on. They're afraid for what's coming. And change is good, because I truly believe that this. I'm wearing this shirt because I believe it.
That's right.
Unity, strength, and change. We need change to happen.
Absolutely.
For us to have growth and progress.
Exactly.
We need that. So I offer to those who don't believe in anything that go to spiritual, look for something that works for you. Reevaluate where you are. Are you miserable in your life? Are you unhappy? Then take a look at that and go, why?
Write down your story. What is the story you're telling yourself? And it boils down to that. And the story you were telling yourself was, I don't want to have kids because life is awful, because the world is in in shambles and blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh my God.
I mean, one of the biggest reasons I was in suffering from anxiety for so long is because I was feeding that self-sabotage. Oh, God doesn't exist. If God was this, my life wouldn't be this. My dad hadn't died, or I would have gotten that. It's just always feeding the wrong messages, which is what you start putting out.
Exactly. So again, I love the interaction today. And Anike, hi Anike.
Anike!
She says, she quoted me. He's agnostic, but he's so hot. True story. I was like, okay, look, focus on the good, right? That's what I was doing. I'm like, focus on the good. I created a game around him. He was my game in the world. As my sister Christina knows that term, what is your game in the world? And I created him to be the one because I was focusing on his positive attributes and not the negative ones that
what you considered to be negative. I was just on my own journey and trying to just yeah. Right. Yeah. And that's what you understood because of Landmark, you were recreating me.
Exactly. So I wasn't afraid of it yet. I was like, he's in his journey, so but I was in team. I was constantly working and doing my inner work and my self-development work, where it's a new pillar. It's a new pillar of communication when you do that, because you're not coming from fear, you're not coming from judgment, and you're not coming from control, right? So you're coming from compassion. You're seeing life and people from the perspective of allowing them to be who they are and seeing them with love and non-judgment and non-control and really truly loving unconditionally.
Yeah. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to have off days, ladies.
And breakdowns, of course.
You're going to have breakdowns, but
it's
also
human to do
in the breakdown, communicate in that breakdown. Because when you're having a breakdown, it's two people first in their own insecurities, in their own fears, in their own egos.
Right.
Right. So how do? You step up, you discuss it, and you.
Yeah. And forgiveness is huge. And, when you're going to love someone, I'll never forget this Sunday with Michael Beckwith. He's like, what is the definition of unconditional love? Especially when you're in a marriage, when you're in a relationship, and with your relationship with your family and your friends, and especially your spouse, unconditional love equals perpetual forgiveness. Unconditional love equals perpetual forgiveness.
That's what a lot of people don't understand when they are in a marriage.
And it was like
forgiveness, continuous forgiveness,
perpetual forgiveness. It never ends.
It never does. And that's the beauty of it, right?
So yeah. All right. Well, you guys, we love you. We appreciate you. We're here for one another today. It's really exciting to be able to come back and share all of this knowledge, this new knowledge and old knowledge that we've learned, that we've heard before, but we got to remember, right? So that we can really get it on a deeper level. It's super, super exciting. So we invite you to do the same. We invite you to really just work on upgrading your life, upgrading yourself and as the way that you need to, because our way is not necessarily your way. We connect on a spiritual level here. We're all one because we're all spiritual beings.
You just said it, and it's so beautiful the way you just said it. Our way is not necessarily going to be your way. We're just giving you the tools that we've learned, the strategies that we've learned, and we send them your way and see if it works for you. It's how we train actors.
Exactly.
We teach them Meisner, we teach them Stanislavski, we talk about Uta Haga and all the different people. Everybody finds their own way on how they're going to work
Exactly.
for them. What's the most comfortable way for an actor to work?
Exactly.
That's it. They're just strategies. They're just techniques.
Exactly. So we are all here on this planet having a human experience. We're all spiritual beings having a human experience. And we each have our own set of challenges and our own set of breakthroughs to have. So remember, life is happening for you. And remember to rewrite your story. If your story is not empowering you, you get to write your best story and you get to live your best story. Okay.
Amen.
And with that, we will see you on Friday. Tomorrow we'll put
Let
a
us
video.
know if you're liking the videos that we're putting in, the
Yes,
15 to 20
put your
minute
comments
videos.
on there so that, because we can definitely answer the comments, and we will do meditation on Friday. Okay, so we
And
are
we'll
going to
probably
sign
join
off.
you at 1:11 again because is it done earlier?
It's done today, actually.
Oh, it's done today.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to go back to that so we can complete it, but we wanted to keep our commitment to you and be on today. Okay.
And yes,
Yes.
I just want to send, if Anna is listening, we because Anna is
Actually, she left. Break is over. Love you.
Oh, okay, break is over.
Yes.
All right.
All right,
love
Anike.
you.
And the good news, Georgia is now officially blue.
Yeah, baby.
All right.
We love you guys. Okay. Bye, guys. We got to turn 4 phones off.
No.
Here we go. And I got to